I mean, there's going to be some mine now. There we go. Now that is... You said it too soon, Jack. Now I'm just wondering whether this is on a 4-minute cycle or what. But as you can see, the right ascension seems to be pretty good. Okay. Okay. I don't know whether it's every 4 minutes, Jack. I haven't been really jotting anything down. And we didn't have enough error there, so it could be a couple of spots here. And it could have just been, I just had a diagonal motion there, so that meant that we had an error in both axes. Oh, okay. That's cool. Then I'm not about to change this then. Yeah, see, we're getting error in both directions. Oh, okay. That's cool. I've never used Camtasia. Well, that's not going to buy them anything because it's not really their periodic error. It's just machining problems. It's the go-tos that I have to get locked in now that I have a clean encoder. Wow. It's a $300 package. It's 30 to... I guess I'm never going to try that. Yeah, well, I'm sure he knows that. I mean, I have that in all their MTs, and I've told them already about it. I told them that periodic error is terrible. But I don't know all the ramifications. I don't know how much the encoders have to do with tracking, and I imagine it has a lot to do with it. And I'm just wondering whether there's any dust particles, whether it causes these errors to occur, and it's not. And I don't think so, because just thinking about it right now, I don't know how the encoders work, but I know for when you're slewing to a target, those encoders are spinning up pretty fast because they're tied to the speed of the motor. So it's counting those pulses, and it's telling it to go so many pulses to get to the target. And when you have an extra dust particle like I did, it's breaking the light path to the sensor more than it's supposed to. So every revolution that thing makes, it's getting an extra pulse. Now when the MTs, the regular original MTs, they don't use a laser disc encoder. They have a sprocketed black plastic sprocket with little fingers, and that's bad too because those fingers can easily be bent, and I had some bent ones, and bent is not a problem for go-tos as long as they're not closed down on the one adjacent to it. So instead of having a nice clean slot, you have a V type of slot, but you still get the same amount of count unless they're really bent over. And I had to straighten out one of them, and I didn't see any difference in the go-to, but it may add a difference in the tracking. So I don't know. Yeah, it just did. I expect to have a little bit of that, but I think my original MT did have better tracking, or periodic error than this. Now these are supposed to track a lot better though. Yeah, I typically run 1 minute all the time, Jack, and my regular MT, if I would say 80% of the time, 85% of the time, the image stayed fairly good. Now I'm not saying it couldn't be perfect, and if you had guiding, you would get a lot better. And last night I was able to do pretty good, but I was probably down to maybe 60%. And it could have a lot to do with just wearing in too. And I'm sure there's better ones out there. Well, I don't think we hit this declination shift up and down that we were getting a lot of early on. They're optical encoders, Jack. Both systems use optical encoders. They almost look identical on the inside, although the drive mechanisms are different. And it has a nice plastic disc, transparent, with lasered markings for the Pro, and then the LED sits on one side, and on the other side is the photocell, and then the yeah. I really don't know whether I'm got the camera properly oriented too here. It just went slightly to the down and to the right.